Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one powerful verse from the Bible that has inspired millions around the world. Philippians 4:13. The verse says, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." What does it really mean? How can just a few words carry so much power? Let's explore this through a story that brings this verse to life. Once, there was a young woman named Sarah. She lived in a small town and had big dreams. Sarah wanted to become a doctor, not just for herself, but to help the people in her community who could not afford medical care. But life wasn't easy for Sarah. Her family struggled financially, and she often felt overwhelmed by the challenges ahead. School was tough. Her exams were hard, and sometimes she doubted if she could ever make it. One day, feeling exhausted and ready to give up, Sarah sat quietly under an old oak tree near her home. She opened a small worn-out Bible her grandmother had given her. Her eyes landed on Philippians 4:13. "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." At first, the words felt simple, almost too simple for the big problems she faced. But as she read them again, something inside her stirred. Sarah realized she was not alone. She understood that the strength to face her fears and challenges didn't have to come from her alone. It could come from a power greater than herself. With a new sense of hope, Sarah started each day reminding herself of this verse. When exams felt impossible, she whispered, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." When her friends told her to give up because the journey was too hard, she held on to the verse like a lifeline. And slowly, things began to change. Sarah found the energy to study late into the night. She asked for help when she needed it. She stayed kind to herself even when she made mistakes. Her confidence grew not because she suddenly became superhuman, but because she leaned on the strength she believed came from her faith. Years passed, and Sarah faced many more challenges. Medical school was demanding, and sometimes her body and mind wanted to quit. But every time doubt crept in, Philippians 4:13 was there in her heart. She remembered the quiet moments under the oak tree, the feeling of peace that came when she trusted that she wasn't carrying the weight alone. And then, the day finally came when Sarah graduated. She stood proudly in her white coat, knowing that she had done more than just survive. She had thrived. Now, you might wonder, what does this story teach us about that simple verse? Philippians 4:13 isn't just about believing you can do something because you're strong. It's about recognizing where your strength truly comes from, something beyond your own effort. The verse reminds us that no matter what challenges life throws at us, we can face them with courage if we rely on a higher source of strength. For Sarah, it was faith in God that helped her keep going. But this idea can inspire anyone who feels overwhelmed, scared, or powerless. Think about the times in your own life when you faced something difficult. Maybe it was a tough exam, a hard decision, a loss, or a moment when you just didn't think you could go on. In those moments, what gave you strength? For many people, it's faith, hope, love, or even the support of others. Philippians 4:13 points us to a powerful truth. Strength is available to us, even when we feel weak. So, next time you're feeling overwhelmed, remember Sarah's story and this verse. You don't have to do it all by yourself. There's a strength waiting to be tapped into. A strength that can carry you through the hardest days and help you reach your dreams. And that strength can come in many forms. Faith, community, resilience, or simply believing that you are not alone. Thank you for listening to this story about Philippians 4:13. I hope it encourages you to find your strength, whatever your challenges may be. If this message spoke to you, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories and inspiration. Remember, I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Until next time, stay strong and keep moving forward.